I'm with it.
But going to the association, the top 75 NBA greats came out this week. And, you know, at the All-Star game, they presented all of them. You know, they all came to center court. It was real dope seeing being able to match names with faces for me. You know, like the Bob Cousy's of the world and Pistol Pete Maravich and people like that. But I think I'm not the only one that can say this, but I feel like a couple people got left off. So what we're all going to do, we're all going to give our top 3 players we feel were left off, the top 75. John, you go first. Who's your number 3?
Man, this is a long list, man. But I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Pau Gasol. Listen. This was Kobe's Scottie Pippen later on in his life, man. This guy was excellent rebounder. He was really good team player. He deferred a lot, and I understand that he was never Dwight Howard carrying a team by himself, nothing like that, to the finals. But like what he did, man, like for, you know, the success he had, and, you know, it's not like he tapered off. You know what I mean? A lot of guys, they had 1, 2, you know, good years and then whatever. Man, this guy was playing strong basketball with Kobe for years and making them relevant again. You know, and he brought good basketball back, you know, into LA. Like, I mean, no offense, but, you know, it was Kobe and Smush Parker up to that point. And, like, you know, so just for what he brought back to basketball, because listen, obviously even Kobe and LeBron can't win by themselves. Making basketball entertaining again in LA, and the defense he played, the rebounding, the excellent shooting, and just, you know, I'm gonna go Pau Gasol.
Who you got, Walt? Who's your number 3 at NBA Snub?
I'm gonna say Tony Parker, man. Definitely shocked that he wasn't on there. You know, 4-time champ. You know, selected to the All-Star game about 4 times, I think. Even it had a Finals MVP. That Parker, Duncan, and Manu Ginobili, you know what I'm saying, and that pop combination, man, I was running it in the early 2000s, honestly, you know what I'm saying? And
very true.
Swept the Cavs, unfortunately. But you know, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, like I said, Tony Parker, man, he's probably one of the, I say he's probably the top 10 point guard of all time, and possibly top 5. But yeah,
can't disagree with that one.
I'm gonna say Tony Parker. That's my number 3.
My number 3, guys, Klay Thompson. How the other Splash brother don't make the top 75? How you gonna be the best backcourt in NBA history, best shooting backcourt in NBA history, and not have the other member on the list? I mean, you know, Steph wasn't the only one shooting all them threes winning these championships. Klay was there too. You know, he was, you know, Mr. What'd he do, like 35 and a half or something crazy like that?
Yeah, 35 and a half with like only like 5 dribbles or something like that.
Yeah,
I think.
like, bruh, that you should be a great just off of that. Catch and shoot. Like, bruh, 30 points and only 5 dribbles.
Might have been like 7, something like that.
It's still crazy. So that's my number 3. You gotta put the other Splash brother on there. And unfortunately, he probably will be on the 100 list, the top 100, but he definitely should have been on a 75. Walt, we're gonna go back to you. Who is your number 2?
I say my number 2 is, I mean, I want to say, well, he made an impact in the NBA, but he was more of like, I want to say, the high flow. He changed the game for dunkers, so I'm gonna say Vince Carter. I feel like he definitely changed the game for the dunkers, and you know, when he was in the game, man, his explosiveness, his, like I said, his longevity, I should say, of how long he played in the NBA as well. So just. Unfortunately, he didn't really get any championships, but you know what I'm saying. But I think he did get to 1 or 2 finals, if I'm not mistaken, with the Nets. Yes. He just couldn't get the job done. But I just say he should have been in there just because of the fact, like I said, he changed the game for if you want to call it slashers or dunkers.
Who you got, John? Who's your number 2?
Man, I love Vince. I wanted to go Alex English, but I'm gonna go Dwight Howard, man. Dwight Howard, just because he's got all the all-stars of Vince and Tracy McGrady and Alex English and these other guys that got snubbed, but he's also got 4 first-team all-defensive. He also led a team of shooters to the finals, averaging, not averaging, but he had like 3 or 4 20-20 games in that stretch, that playoff run, like just dominant. Obviously, and man, I mean, you think about short, young, dynamic careers, Derrick Rose, man, like, but just because he made it to the finals, I'm gonna go Dwight Howard at number 2.
Okay, I like that. My number 2, man, it's gonna be Tmac, man. How I mean, think about it. He was
James Harden before James Harden,
pretty much, and you can almost say he was Kevin Durant, before Kevin Durant. Long, rangy shooter, can do pretty much everything. Jump, rebound, dunk. He was Mr. 13 points in 9 seconds. When have you ever heard of a player doing that?
13 and 35 seconds, but yeah.
Still with less than a minute.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane.
And then they come back and win.
There's a few things I go back and watch once or twice a year, and that's one of them. I have a list
crazy.
So you have to watch that, Alec, to remind yourself all the time.
He's my number 2.
He was actually my favorite player before LeBron came in the league. Man,
I mean, he was a dog, though. I remember when I finally got into watching basketball, I think he had just got to Houston, him and Yao. I feel like they could have been better if you could have put more around them. But, it's no reason why that team couldn't have made a run or 2. I know Yao ended up having his problems shortly after. But, you got to...
They were just never healthy at the same time.
You got to get the best, right, exactly.
But at some point for your entire career to never get out of the first round, that's a good KD comparison. Is he a mental, leader, is a verbal leader? And I don't know. He seems well spoken and all that on TV, and I'm a big fan of him. I don't know how he was on the court, because at some point, you got to put a team on your back. And his playoff stats are insane. It's not like they're bum stats, but it was just never enough to get past the first round. And at some point, man, you don't get past the first round, it's tough to put you on top 75. But
true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, man, I miss watching him play.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go back to you, man. Who is your number 1 snub from 75?
My number 1 is actually John's number 3, and that's actually Paul Gasol. Like I said, just him being alongside Kobe, I feel like he definitely doesn't get the recognition he definitely deserved, because that's actually a good comparison of how John put it, with him being like his Scottie Pippen for real. And because if you really think about it, Paul Gasol was really he was getting them buckets for real for Kobe alongside. When Kobe wasn't in, Paul Gasol was definitely he was carrying the load for real, even when he was in Memphis for a little bit as well. So, he got 4 rings for a reason. I think he's even got a gold medal with Spain, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, like I said, Paul Gasol was definitely, man, he definitely doesn't get the recognition he deserves. So,
yeah, I like that. You guys hit a great point. And John, who is your number 1?
I'm going to go super controversial. Well, you know me already, but he went to...
Hold on. If you say Steven Adams, I'll cut this shit off. No.
I'm gonna keep it local, man. This man took the mantle from the youngest MVP of all time and kept them rolling. He then goes his Chicago Bulls. He then goes on to Minnesota and takes them to the playoffs for the first time in 12, 13 years. He then goes to the 76ers and is one Kawhi Leonard jump shot rolling around the rim from going to the Eastern Conference Finals and then maybe beating the Warriors with the 76ers. And then he takes the Miami Heat to the finals with a bunch of shooters like Dwight Howard did. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is a huge snub. Listen, he is on this list for the same reason Chris Paul's on this list. Everywhere they go, they succeed. Everywhere they go, they lead a team to success. I'm not because I look at Chris Paul's stats and I look at Jimmy's stats, and sure, they're like 18 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. They're not 25 points a game and all that stuff. But everywhere they go, they won. And you can't take that away from a guy. Like, winning is huge, and Jimmy Butler's a winner, man. He put every single team – when they said when he went to Philly, he became the instant leader of that team. Like, day one, he became the leader in practice and everywhere else. Jimmy Butler, for me, number one. Biggest snub.
Okay.
I can't argue with that. Just because I like Jimmy. I respect Jimmy Butler's work ethic, man. Just because how far – he started with the Bulls with like being like the 11th man on the bench. So I can respect his work ethic.
By the way, you won't find him on anyone else's list. Try to look it up on the internet. Jimmy Butler's not there. He's on mine, and he's number one.
I can respect that. I can't even be mad at that.
We're saying that Dwight Howard deserves. Everyone's saying Dwight Howard deserves to be there for taking that team. Listen, man, this guy took Miami. And, the same situation.
I mean, we ain't going to discuss how many times LeBron and took all these BS teams to finals and all that, but I mean, yeah, Jimmy Butler.
Well, I'm saying LeBron is top 2, 3 in all time, and Jimmy's number 75. I'm saying number 75, right? So I ain't comparing him to LeBron, but I'm saying number one snub. I'm going controversial. My guy Jimmy Butler.
I can't be mad at that. I can't.
Not bad. You decent.
I made a case. You can't say I didn't make a case.
You did though. You did. You got me over here thinking a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I said that's why I said I can't be mad at that. So
yeah.
Okay.
I think. Shoot, this might be a little more controversial than yours.
Okay.
This Rondo.
Rondo.
All right.
I mean, think about it. 2 championships with 2 of the most storied franchises. And imagine being a starting point guard for a LeBron James-led team and then being the starting point guard for a
that just reminded me of something. Wait.
Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen-led team.
This is gonna be super slanderous. Imagine you're LeBron and you just saw your point guard drop 50 in the finals, and you get pumped, and then you got to go home and remember that your point guard is actually Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. And that's another thing. Look, when Curry and LeBron play together, they are undefeated, man. That's crazy. Well, it's not necessarily crazy, but it's like a fun fact.
I don't know. I'm not seeing that. I'm a huge Rondo fan, but I can't put him.
Can I even ask how the hell did Paul Pierce even get in the top 75?
Scoring. Scoring. I mean, score. Like I said, same reason. He scored a lot of points.
I can understand KG. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that because the work that he put in with Minnesota, even Ray Allen. The work he put in with Seattle, but. Paul Pierce.
That's my point. That's why I would say Jimmy. Listen, because at some point winning has to be more important than scoring. This dude was not a natural winner in Boston before those dudes showed up.
Right.
Paul Pierce. But once he got that ring, look at what he did with the Bulls. And with him and D Wade, the Asian D Wade, Jimmy Butler, they were up 2-0. Then he breaks his hand or something, and then they lose 4 straight. And then
I agree with you. You're talking Rondo,
you go to the LA in the bubble, granted, but I mean you still win a ring. So two of your rings. Matter of fact, who the hell else got a ring with the Lakers and the Celtics in a lifetime? Bill Russell, he ain't never won one.
I mean, but we could say that on a lot of players. Who's got one with the Cavs and the Lakers?
So just because he got a ring with Lakers and the Celtics, that means he got to be in the top 75?
Yeah, I am putting him like top 100, but I can't put him top 175 just because. Listen, at some point, if you're not even a top 4 scorer on any of the teams you won a championship, like it's hard for me to to put, you know what I mean, like to put you in the top 75. But I can see your case, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
I would make a case for Kyrie, but the only thing about Kyrie is he needs help to succeed. He can't do it by himself. A la
right, but that's the thing with
Cleveland
Rondo, right?
4 or 5 years.
Is Rondo needs guys who can shoot at a high level around him, or else he's not. You know what I mean? He's not gonna have that success.
Well, Rondo's the type of dude, he could get 9 points and 20 assists, and he like, we won the game. I ain't tripping. Other dudes would be like, no, I need 20 and 20. He like, look.
I agree with that. But if they're not hitting, he's going to end the game with 9 points and 7 assists, and they're going to lose a lot of games. So he's got to have shooters. I think if you're that reliant on other people around you. But I like your case. I like it.
Yeah, I don't. No, matter of fact,
I'm not buying it.
No, matter of fact, we could take Rondo and put him in place for Paul Pierce. How about that?
Matter of fact, I take both your other players over him, Clay and who is your second pick? I'd take both of them over him. I think by the end of Clay's career, he will be top 75, maybe in top 50.
He gonna be in the top 100 when it comes back around. 25 years from now.
Clay?
Yeah.
No, he'll be top 75, top 50 by the time he careers. He can have a better.
He's already a top 75. He's gonna be top 100.
That's worse. That's worse. Why would you want to be top 100? Wouldn't you want to be top 50?
You can't be top 75. They already made 75.
Yeah, but the top 75 can change. It can still change.
No, because 75 is 75. You might change.
It can still change, though.
Like no, but what I'm saying is,
so you're saying John Morant can never break the top 75?
No.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So the top 75 is going to change. Some of them players are going to fall out of the top 75. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, let me ask you this.
Well, no, like Paul Pierce is going to be like top 112 eventually, right? Like he's going to
do that. Don't do that. He made it to the top 75. You being real disrespectful.
Right.
That's not being disrespectful. I really don't understand how he even made this top 75 pick. I really don't.
He's the truth.
He's not the truth.
The most memorable.
That's his nickname, man. No, just like AI.
Who gave him that nickname?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Man, but Shaquille O'Neal tripping, man. Stop
Shaquille O'Neal gives everyone nicknames. Listen.
Right. That just that gives validation because Shaquille O'Neal gave you that nickname. Like, no.
If your name is the truth,
that's enough.
If your name is the truth, we gotta speak truth. You're not top 75. That's the truth.
All right, okay. Well, let me ask you this: what
was more impressive was him coming off the bench with that Wizard series was more amazing than
He was more clutch. He was more the truth then when he was coming.
You know what? Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna sign off.
Y'all gotta subscribe.
Subscribe, share, comment. Then send this to Paul Pierce so he can come on the show and tell us how he top 75. Because he was a walking bucket. Boston didn't put a lot around. Chill out. Boston didn't put a lot around him his first couple years. But you saw when he got some help. I mean, although they went twice, they was at the end of their prime. They still went twice, 1-1.
They were early 30s, man. We got to stop saying that. They were like 32.
You got to think. KG came straight out of high school. Ray Allen did a year or two in college. That's a lot of wear and tear.
Listen, man, Tim Duncan was in the finals late in his career. Look at Tom Brady, what Chris Paul are doing. Man, a lot of guys do it. Now, I agree. That is greatness when you can play that long. So I'll give that to Paul Pierce. But, like, I don't see what he did differently than Vince Carter. I just don't.
And I feel like it's only because of that 1 year of him winning that damn ring, bro. If it wasn't for him winning that ring,
he won the ring.
He would be irrelevant. He would be so irrelevant. I'm sorry, but yes, that's Real Deal Sports.
Hey, Paul, big on the show so you can let them know the truth.
John, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We love y'all. Hey, we'll see y'all next week.
I can't believe this.
Yeah, stay healthy. Come back. Get your taxes taken care of. Come back and watch.
Y'all something else.